Well, hello, Toreros, far and near, near and far. It is Tuesday, the 19th of October, 2021. Here in Monrovia, California, it is a wonderful fallish day. Nice, mild temperatures, not too hot, not too cold. So anyway, welcome to week 8. If you can believe it, we are almost halfway through. So just a few things to go over today. One, today it is since it is Tuesday, your lit review draft of whatever you have. It doesn't matter what form it's in. It doesn't have to be perfect. Whatever form your lit review is in, it's due to me at 6 p.m. today. So do get that in as soon as you possibly can, unless other arrangements have in fact been made. I just want to see where you're at. It's more for feedback than anything else. It's not like a great, big grading thing, because remember what we said beginning of this semester, it's not about the grade, it's about the process and then the product. So do get me what you have, just so I can see where you're going, just to see how you're kind of filling in your outlines, to see what kind of progress you're making. So and if I can offer some insights or some, I don't know, suggestions, that would be good too, I think. Let's see what else we got going on today. Oh, yes. Now, remember in last week's PowerPoint, I said to turn in your lit review to me today by 6 p.m. Okay. And then I was going to redistribute it for peer reviewing. Well, we're going to hold off on peer reviewing for a little while, primarily because I think it's too soon. Last week I met with some folks last week, and we didn't get we didn't come to an agreement necessarily on your outline, and so I wanted to make sure that everyone has enough time to really have something worth peer reviewing. Not worth peer reviewing, and everything is worth of high value, but something that when someone reads it, they get a good sense of what you're trying to do and where you're going with your lit review. There's enough information for them to provide feedback on. Okay, so there you go. No peer reviewing this week. I think I made in my announcement for last week. Well, for this week, the announcement for this week, for week 7, I said there was, I don't know if I had said there was going to be no peer reviewing or not, but basically, we're not going to peer review, not now. Okay, so let me share with you my little screen here. Let's see, I've got just a couple little things. All right, let me go here. All righty, let me go to the, oh, I hate that when that happens. There we go, come on. I can never, there we go, slideshow. Okay, look at that, all right. That's not the most important thing. All right, so yesterday, or the day before, I was thinking about, because this is not a lecture, it's not a lecture course. I was thinking about finding some way that I could get some information to you to kind of synthesize, kind of narrow down, the process where you are now of looking at literature and kind of analyzing it, seeing what fits, what doesn't fit, then kind of putting it together, synthesizing it, and writing about it. And I thought I would come up with just trying to find some journal articles that would speak to that process. So I did a little digging, and I came up with 2 articles, one by Cronin, Ryan, and Coughlin from 2008, undertaking a literature review, and from the British Journal of Nursing. And I also found Knopf JW doing a literature review in the Political Science and Politics Journal. a little bit of far field, and these are a little bit old, okay, because remember when I talked to you about, narrowing the scope of the literature that you're looking at to a 10-year time frame. Well, this is a little bit beyond that, but basically I thought they're okay because the way literature reviews, the way that we conduct literature reviews hasn't evolved, in years and years and years and years. Hasn't been a lot of new thinking about the lit review. There's no more theoretical insights about the lit review itself. I mean, how you conduct a lit review is pretty much the way it's been for all of time. So I came up with these readings, and so what I did then, I was gonna create these PowerPoints and go, okay, focus on this. Instead, what I did is I went through each of the articles and I highlighted what I thought is the most relevant to you and where you are now, and not looking, and maybe looking a little bit ahead, but trying to kind of get you to focus in on the analysis and the synthesis and the writing aspect of this. So anyway, so these are suggested readings. I think because I did most of the reading for you by going through and highlighting. I think maybe if because you're just working on your reviews this week, it may take you 45 minutes to an hour of your time. So, like I say, these are suggested readings, but I highly suggest going through and just at least looking at the highlighted information, kind of refresh your memory a little bit, kind of giving you a different perspective on the lit review, maybe to answer some lingering questions that you have about this process, because process it is. So again, Cronin, Ryan, and Coughlin from 2008, and Knopf from 2006. These are they're very well written articles, and I think they get you to think a little bit more, give you a little bit more focus on this thing. Like I say, it's a little bit, there's no there's not a lot of lecturing about how you do this, and maybe in another time, in another place, or another time anyway. And if I was working with you in the classroom, okay, if we were together, then maybe what I would have done is I would have approached this a little bit differently and actually done lectured or presented information about this, about the lit review and the process and some mechanics and ways of thinking about it. But a lot of things that I've already told you about the lit review are contained in these two articles. So in part, it's a little bit of a review. In part, it's a little bit of taking Ridley and synthesizing, what she's said on the lit review. Try to make it a little bit more, trying to find something that's a little bit more succinct, to the point, and easier to digest. So that was my thinking behind these two articles. So I do bid you read them. Okay. Okay, what else? Oh, okay. So like I said, there's no peer reviewing until further notice. Me time, continue to work and make progress on your literature review. Set aside at least an hour per day, ideally at the same time and in the same place, to craft your literature review. Continue working with B. Dozier, finding literature as necessary. So, this is like I hadn't planned. Stop the share. I really hadn't planned on not having the peer review, but and thinking about it and wanting to be fair to people I had just talked to about their lit reviews, I thought it would be a little more fair to kind of hold off on this process, give you more time on task, and to get yourself a little bit more further ahead. And the time will present itself when it's the right time to do peer reviewing, to share what you have, and for comments. I mean, right now my comments are probably good enough. I would hope they're good enough. So that should, I think we're in a good place. It's it is a process, and it takes time, and it's a new kind of way of doing things, perhaps. And but I think it's, from what I've seen so far, you've got good bones. Okay, you got a good outline, good skeleton, and you've got resources that inform the way that you put your literature review together. You've got V, who's been very instrumental in finding you articles, journal articles, and dissertations, and what have you. So I think we're in a good place. You've got the bones, you've got the resources, you've got V, you got me. So you're not, even though you're in sort of now on your sort of your solitary academic journey, you're not without support. Okay, so always I bid you to, you have questions, let's have a meeting, let's talk, let's chat. It's good. I enjoy it. Hopefully you get something out of it. That is pretty much the point, right? Okay, and I think I was going to say, oh yeah, my little card say here. My little card. You can't see what's on my card, but last week I think I told you that I met with V Dozier, or was it me? I said I was going to meet with V Dozier, and we had a very lovely chat. She's a very lovely person, and she's very complimentary of you all, in terms of your focus and the fact that you reached out to her, that you've had meetings with her. I saw her calendar. This is crazy. This is what she does. She's our soul's librarian, and she's, her calendar is filled up Monday through Friday, with appointments, talking to faculty, talking to staff, talking to students. She's just super, super on top of things, and she knows where to find. It amazes me how she can help, help you find things that you think are seemingly impossible to find. So keep working with V. She has been highly complimentary of you all, and I think that speaks volumes for the seriousness with which you take this endeavor. Okay, is there anything else that I need to tell you today? No, I think that's it. I do apologize for I got a little bit behind in getting things out, primarily because I was going through the two articles that I just mentioned, and I was going through and going, is this important? Is that important? Will they respond to that? Do they like that? All the kind of questions that you might have. And so that took me a little bit. I wasn't planning on that, but then it's like the opportunity presented itself, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go with this, and there you go. So that took a little bit of time, and then I've had some meetings with some of you, and it's been great. I love it. And so I got a little bit behind today and getting everything out getting into Blackboard and getting this emailed to you. So I will do that forthwith. And again, remember, just no peer review this week. I will send out information for that. Get your lit review in whatever state it's in to me today by 6 p.m. And you're going to be seeing this tomorrow, so hopefully that kind of doesn't make any sense. Hopefully you got it into me if you're seeing it tomorrow, last night. This whole Wednesday, Tuesday thing really kind of got me freaked out a little bit. And then we're on to week 8, and it's just, again, another week of research, finding literature, writing. And again, if you want to have meetings, you want to chat, let me know. Okay, we can. Zoom's been a little wonky lately, but I think we can overcome any technological challenges. So anyway, I hope you're all doing very well, and I will talk with you again as soon as possible. Hopefully we'll do some catch-up chatting this week, next week. And all right, so take care, everybody, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.